This is the setup of the Wyze Cam version 3. You will have to have the Wyze app already downloaded and have an account. And once you do that, you can launch it. And here you can see I have lots of different Wyze products, but we are going to come up to the plus button because we want to add something new. And then we are going to say add a device. And then it's going to say, what do we want to add? Well, right here we have the Wyze Cam version 3. All right, so we have to plug in the Wyze Cam, and there should be a red light flashing there. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna plug this in till we get that red light. All right, and this will be tricky because the power outlet I'm doing this with is slightly behind and off camera. So we're just able to make it, but there we go. The light in the front of the Wyze Cam will flash red. Well, it's flashing red now. You can kind of see it there on the left. Once it starts doing that, we are going to select next. So now we have to go to the bottom of the base station, and then there is a setup button. And we have to push that until we hear ready to connect.
Ready to connect.
Now they changed the voice. Okay, so I have heard ready to connect. And then it wants me to pick my Wi-Fi network. So 1 second while I put this on my IoT network, which it already has the password for because I have other Wyze products on there. So we're gonna hit that. Next, I'm going to scan the QR code.
Ready to connect.
That's gonna pop up on my cell phone here with the camera. So obviously we are gonna kind of do that off screen, which makes this a little trickier, but let's see if we can do that.
QR code scan.
They have made that much easier. I have heard QR code scan, please wait. So we're gonna hit next.
Setup completed.
Wow, look at that. So we're just gonna call this V3 so that I know, and hit finish. Drop that down. All right, so here it's trying to get you to do Wyze Cam Plus here. So here we go, it's a 2-week trial into Cam Plus, included with your Wyze Cam version 3. I wonder, since I'm grandfathered into the straight person detection, if it will affect it after the fact. So we'll find out, but after 2 weeks. So I'm gonna hit continue. All right, so right on, here's some sweet premium features. So it's gonna walk you through everything that you can get with the Cam Plus. I'm gonna hit that. You can share your device. Again, if you have people who have Wyze accounts, I will say maybe later because I don't really want them to share right now. And then as usual, there is a firmware upgrade. So we will hit upgrade. Obviously, I won't make you sit through that, but here we go, upgrade. Generally, these take between 1 to 2 minutes. And you can kind of see the light on the front of the camera now is flashing purple, indicating that it is going through a firmware upgrade. So that's interesting. That's definitely new. And for those that may have noticed that I got a little Alex A notification at the top of my notification shade there, because I already have connected the Wyze app to my Alex A devices, that was just letting me know that, hey, it picked up a new device that can be used. So that's kind of neat. All right, as promised, won't make you sit through this long part. All right, so just before the firmware was finished, the light on the front changed from purple to a flashing back and forth between red and blue, and then bump bump with 2 reds, and then it held steady red. So that means that the firmware has been updated. And if you wanted to know what's new, you can always click on that and it'll tell you what's new. So I'm gonna hit done, and there you go. You can kind of see my studio setup right there for filming. And I have earned the early backer. Turn that off. So here we go. V3 is at the top. We'll click on that again just to make sure that everything is hunky-dory. Yeah, there we go. So now it's moving around. So I know that's the live feed there. Okay. So that is setup of the Wyze Cam. And if I didn't have to do the firmware or setup for filming, probably less than 5 minutes since I already had a Wyze account.